What is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, I want to make this video just to congratulate Paul Ulibarri on his 5-year extension with Discraft as the team captain. I think Ulibarri is one of the most humble players we have on tour, and I think a lot of people don't really have a full understanding as to how much of a pioneer Paul Ulibarri is when it comes to touring in disc golf, developing your game, just full sending, going on tour, even if you have no money, you don't know what you're going to do. This guy is a grinder, and he's been grinding out the pro tour like basically when he started playing. So he played the 2005 PDGA Amateur Worlds, which was a really interesting year for Worlds because we had James Conrad was there, we had Paul Macbeth there, I think Garrett Gerthy was there, and there was a couple other really huge names now, and they were juniors at this point in time. So these guys started way back then when together. And Paul Ulibarri loved it so much. In 2006, he starts playing Open. And then from 2007 till now, he's basically been touring. And I know a lot of you guys probably don't listen to The Flight Diary, but I absolutely love this podcast. Brian Earhart is a podcast genius, in my opinion. And I want to show you guys one of my favorite clips of Paul that kind of expresses where he came from and where he is today.
Oh, man. And so 2007 rolls around and I just get my...
Dude, you went on tour.
Yeah, I went on tour. I thought I was it, man. I did.
So hold on. Hold on. You can't just go on tour. You can't just do that.
Especially back then, man.
Yeah, it's 2007. This is a
I made up my mind
ago.
though. Yeah, I made up my mind, and I had that scholarship. I was supposed to go to school in 2007, and to play golf at ASU. And I told my mom I wasn't gonna go. My mom was pissed. We really didn't talk much for a long time because of that. And I remember, dude, I did some crazy stuff to go on tour. I didn't have any money. I moved to Phoenix by myself. Pretty much lived out of my car. And one of my saving graces was, his name was Floyd Campbell, and he gave me a little this is another story. I don't really know if I should have this on recording, but might as well.
Oh, whatever. I don't care. It'd be cool.
Yeah, I went at
Exclusive.
this point I had no place to stay. Well, Floyd had a nice house, and he'd hold a poker game there every Friday. So I'm staying out of my car pretty much. You know, I had a system. I would go to the casino and I would play cards because they had a thing called Aces Cracked late. I'd go to the casino. Now, meanwhile, remember, I'm 18. I'm not supposed to be in the casino. But for some reason, they don't card you in Arizona. They just don't. So I'm playing Aces Cracked till late in the morning, and I wouldn't play any hands until I got aces, and then I'd tell everybody like, hey, I got aces, like, come on in. And they give you $100, and you'd get a free meal for however many hours you play there. So I would just buy in for $60, and I would play for hours until I got aces. I'd tell everybody I had aces, and I would sleep, and then I would wake up, play a hand, and I'd go take little cat naps, you know. And I made my money that way a little bit. And so I didn't have a place to live. So then I'd go take a nap in my den. I'd practice all day and rinse, repeat, right? Well, he had a poker game. He's like, hey, you like playing cards? Come over to my house. I played there one time. And then I realized his schedule was he woke up at like 4 a.m. to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, as soon as I'd get done playing cards, 4 a.m, I'd go to Floyd's house. I'd sneak through his doggy door, and I'd go sleep in his house. I basically break into this man's house.
You're dead serious.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, I broke into his house, and I would go sleep in his office. Well, fast forward months, probably a month of me doing this, and I woke up one day, and he's literally on the computer typing something up in the computer room as I'm sleeping in his house.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And this guy, dude, he looks over to me and he goes, quit sneaking through the doggy door. The key's on the counter. That's all he said. Now, if you know Floyd Campbell, like, that's literally something that he would say. Like, he is, and since then he's been my best friend till this day. Like, I would do anything for that guy. He's the coolest guy ever, and I've lived off and on with him my whole life since then. Yeah, so without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at, but that was part of the process, like just people reaching out and giving me the option. Otherwise I might have went back home.
Yeah. Just because you found disc golf 2 years ago, this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched or listened to the full episode, it's called Breaking and Entering, basically, and it's Paul Ulibarri and Brian Earhart. It's an absolutely immaculate episode, and you really get like a raw, in-depth look at what it was like for Paul growing up. He literally gave up a golf scholarship at ASU, Arizona State University, to pursue the Disc Golf Pro Tour. And I just think it was such a risk. And now we fast forward all these years to 2022, and he's still chasing major titles, but he has accrued 106 wins, 300K in winnings. Still looking for that USDGC, still looking for that Worlds. I'm pretty sure that's his biggest motivator. But at least Paul Ulibarri is able to announce his 5-year contract extension, which I am assuming it has to be worth well over $1 million. I'm assuming Paul Ulibarri is probably getting at least close to $1 million a year, if not $400,000 or $500,000 a year. And if he's not, then it's pretty much robbery, because this guy is the embodiment of what it means to be a role model in disc golf and be a touring pro on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and being a positive role model, bringing positive energy, helping grow the sport. So just one more time, congratulations to Paul Ulibarri for the 5-year contract extension. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. You're watching Iceberg TV, and take care.